Okay, let's talk about go behinds from turtle. So what is a go behind? It's a situation in which I am chest to back in front of the elbow to a situation in which I am chest to back behind the elbows. Okay, obviously that's a positional advance that's always worth considering, because here this is a far superior position as being in front of the elbows. You're away from his hands, you're away from peek out. There are tons of things that he can do from here, but the reality is that when you have someone in turtle, you are just a few steps away from the back, which is the highest percentage submission position out of which you get a submission in the sport. So it's always a good idea to go behind your partner's elbows. There are many different kinds of go behinds. Let's look at what are the so-called invariants, things that never change regardless of which strategy you decide to adopt. As a general rule, whenever we talk about the invariants of a go behind, it's always more or less always the same. You have a constant chest to back pressure that could never change. Then you have some sort of block of your partner's elbow. Okay, it can be a knee, it can be a cross knee, it can be an arm drag, it can be an hand, it doesn't matter, it can even be your head. Something needs to block your partner's elbow to prevent your partner from catching either your hips or your legs and to mal returning you. So we have the first two invariants: chest to back pressure, elbow block. The third thing that is always there is some sort of upper body connection. Now we're going to look at different ways, but you want to connect your you want to connect to your partner's lower body. It can be ideally the far hip, which is the one that eventually you're going to be looking for. It can be the far leg, it can be the far it can be the near side leg, the near side ankle. Some sort of control to make him slower and to prevent him from standing up. If I just go behind like this, he can just stand up and it's gone. I always want to bring his weight onto his hands. That's more than enough. And now I finish the position by achieving some sort of chest to back behind the elbows. Again, different strategies. Some people like to go with a seat belt. Some people like to take a double under, knee in, far side hook, what is sometimes known as a cowboy ride, diagonal control, double thigh pry, the Nelson with thigh pry, claw with thigh pry. There are many different controls, but in all of them, the invariant is always the same: chest to back behind the elbow with some sort of hip coverage.